I'm Amber Sutter, the Chief Enlightenment Officer of Conscious Public Accountants and proud member of the CalCPA, here to deliver success tips to help you pass the CPA exam. At Conscious Public Accountants, we coach people to pass the CPA exam, and we're covering things with them that are different than technical review. We're helping them with things like how to manage anxiety, which is a really important personal leadership skill that I wish I learned in business school, but I didn't, so I'm here to teach it to you. So first off, you need to understand, well, what is anxiety and what does it even mean? So anxiety disorders are characterized by excessive amounts of fear and worry, and it happens to be the most common mental disorder that there is. What I want you to know is anxiety is not all in your head. What happens is your head has a fear-based thought, such as, I'm not going to pass the exam, which might lead to another fear-based thought, such as, if I don't pass the exam, I'm going to get fired, I'm not going to have a paycheck, I'm going to live down by the river, and on and on and on. And when you get in the space of anxiousness, your blood is no longer in your head because your body is what gets activated, and you go into a mode of fight, flight, or freeze. And literally, if you're thinking you're going to fight or you're going to run away, the blood might go to your extremities, right? You don't want that. You want to be calm and cool and to be able to use your mind. I say anxiety takes up the space that could be held by intellect. So you really want to know that when you're stressed out and having anxiety, you're not able to think as clearly, and you're going to need that to pass the exam or to perform in your job. Now, specific to anxiety in the CPA exam, these are the examples of worry. I kind of took you through them. What happens if I don't pass? What happens if they realize I'm not smart enough? Do I even fit into work? How am I going to pay back my loans? And on and on and on the worry goes. So what do you do when you're noticing that you're having thoughts like this, or you're having excessive amounts of worry? You want to find your breath. You want to calm yourself down. You want to find ways to do this, to find your breath. Could be through exercise, right? For me, I love to go to yoga where you're doing very intentional breathing. You might listen to a free audio. You can go to Spotify, you can go to Apple Music, you can go to YouTube and listen to breathwork videos. What we teach in our programs and what we love is something called box breathing, because you're counting, and accountants like that. And you inhale, say for 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you hold it for 5, like a box going across. And then you exhale for 5, going down, and then you go back across, and you make a box through counting. Accountants love it. It really works. It calms you so you can regulate and think clearly. And the last thing you want to know is how to tame your dragons. This is a coaching expression that we say, but you want to realize that you're having these anxious thoughts, right? And when you're having them and you're noticing them, what are you saying to yourself? Okay. And what does that negative self-talk sound like? And what's triggering it? What's going on there? And don't judge yourself for having these thoughts. Just notice, like, oh, I'm having that anxious thought and worry that's telling me that just because I got a multiple choice question wrong, I'm going to somehow not have a place to live in a few weeks, right? It seems a little silly, but that's where you just notice that you're having the thought. And when you have the thought, then you can start to shift. You can notice what you need to say to yourself to calm yourself down, such as, it was just a multiple choice question. I've got more, right? And you might want to remind yourself like what you are capable of doing and the things that you have accomplished. Thank you. And on behalf of CalCPA, we wish you all the best with your studies.